This is the Zach Ansbury Show.
Welcome. Today's podcast clip comes from an interview with Simona Bronzi from RAA. So have you had your graduation ceremony yet?
No, I haven't. I did a little backyard graduation ceremony, and I think Flinders are doing something in May, but it's not quite confirmed yet.
Okay, so they haven't had any yet.
No.
Oh,
no,
wow. Because UniSA obviously delayed with everyone else during COVID. I think Adelaide Uni started up some of theirs just down the road, and we've had these almost like smaller hybrid graduations, which I think are going to be the more norm. So like they were normally like 3 hours long. You'd go there, you'd see the marketing students, but then you'd see like the finance or the commerce students, and 80% of the people walking through the stage you have no connection to. And then the people in the audience have a connection to one of the 400 people who walked past the stage. It just made no sense. And now what they're doing is they're moving towards very short, sort of contained. I think they're only about an hour long. You know, they do the welcome to country, national anthem, all of that sort of stuff. And they do a very, very good job. And then they go pretty much through your cohort of people and they make up, I don't know, about 100 people, and then you get 3 people. So it all fits in with the COVID restrictions and stuff. But it's short, it's snappy, and it's so nice. And I'm really enjoying the ceremonies. And I'm volunteering for a lot more of them now, because if you did it before, you'd have to go and it's like, that's half your day. But now you go and it's like, that's 9:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning till about 10:30, and it's wonderful. So I'm hoping Flinders actually starts getting theirs.
I think they are planning to do that. They sort of sent out something saying register your interest for something.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're just working through that at the moment.
And it's amazing for your parents and your family to go there, and they have that little bit of moment of, you know, that's my daughter or that's my son, or, you know, you always hear like 1 or 2 kids being like, Daddy, Mummy, like from everyone's like, oh, that's adorable. But like, it's just part of it. And I think, I actually found during the graduations, I found it was a little bit for me, but I actually found it a little bit more for my parents who had invested in raising such a terrific and wonderful son.
Yeah.
And it's the same for you. I mean, they must be incredibly proud of you.
Yeah. My parents are very proud. Mum's organised a nice winery lunch to celebrate. So I'm not missing out too much at the moment.
It's awesome. I don't know what that'd be like. I've only just sort of figured out what the Adelaide one's like, because some of the people I work with, their children have started attending some of them. So so you came back to South Australia and you're like, okay, I've fallen in love with marketing, right? This healthcare thing was not for me. I got an opportunity in marketing. This worked pretty good, but it fell through because of other circumstances, and you struggled to get a position because you didn't have a degree. So you decided to go back to uni at that point and get a bachelor's degree. And then you decided to pick Flinders Uni of all of the places, which is totally fine. Explain explain that in terms of, because with South Australia, we have 3 universities to choose from. You have Adelaide University, which is the historic university. It's been around for a very long time. It's more well ranked on a global scale. I see Flinders as being a very like medical based university. And do you live south of Adelaide?
Yeah. I was living in Port Noarlunga at the time.
That makes a lot of sense.
That played a part in it. I think I had a lot of friends that went to Flinders as well. So I was sort of like, even though they weren't studying the same things as me, I was kind of more familiar with it. So
that makes a lot of sense.
And they had an easier adult entry pathway as well.
Okay.
Because I've been out of school for a while, I couldn't use my ATAR. So they were able to, so they were able to sort of let me in because I'd done 2 TAFE certificates. So it was just meant it was an easier way in.
Yeah. And how did you find the program there? Like, so I knew we mentioned earlier, Lara Stocky, who's actually on maternity leave right now. I think she gave birth to a cute little baby boy about 2 days ago now.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm very, very happy for her, and hope you're listening, Lara, and relaxing and not doing any work. So she would have been one of your main lecturers. Vipul Pair?
Yeah, Vipul was awesome.
Yeah, so both of those are used to be working here at UniSA or at the Ehrenberg Bass Institute, and then found positions there. Did you work with NASA or Nasir?
Yeah. He's taught me as well.
What about Rachel Fuller?
No, I didn't have one.
Okay. So she was here during a period of that time. She now works as a lecturer in, which is one of the Melbourne-based unis, La Trobe. So she's now a lecturer there. And Nasa or Nasira, always forget which one is the correct way. And then I hear different people say different versions. And then it just confuses me even further. It's like...
I'm the same. Sorry if you're listening, Nasa.
Yeah, he just landed a lecturer role there as well, which is it's a very, very competitive space. I think he had a couple of hundred people apply for that role. So just goes to show, it's positions are getting tighter and the quality of the staff are getting better as well. He's doing very well. He's publishing quite a lot. But yeah, so they're a good solid team there for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But you also then did a couple of courses here, and I think that's how we had the original connection, right? Yeah.
I will proudly say you're the only lecturer I've ever watched all of the lectures for, so you were very interesting to watch. I'm
going to put that one on my promotion application.
Excellent. No, I think what I liked so much about your teaching style was how real world it was, and I think that's one of the things that I've struggled with at uni is trying to connect theory to real world, because I had the real world before going to uni, which not many people have. So I was kind of always coming at it from that doesn't quite fit with what I've done in the real world. And I've sort of struggled with writing such an academic paper and not being able to talk about what actually happens in the actual process that I would go through for marketing something. So that's something that I really enjoyed about your topic, was that we actually got to make a marketing plan for Uber Air. It was.
Oh, nice.
Still waiting for that to launch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would have had a slight impact with COVID and trying to fit everyone in this little aircraft, and then obviously the lack of international visitors who could afford to use it. Even people interstate not moving around that much. But I think it'd definitely be on the horizon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm not teaching anymore. So I'm a research fellow, which means that the entirety of my job is research now. And I used to allocate about 10 to 15% of my workload was teaching this course, and absolutely loved it. Like, marketing sucks, as you'd imagine. You read the same thing so many times, and you read really good ones, and it's like, yes, this is amazing. And then you read reports about people who obviously have time pressure or just didn't quite get it or whatever. And that like sucks out your soul. But yeah, I kind of miss that aspect. I miss the aspect that you're talking about the most, is where you can teach people something and it actually resonates with them. And well, that's really nice to hear that you yeah, that's really good, because it can sometimes be a bit of a thankless task, because if you get feedback, like you get the student evaluations at the end of the semester, you don't get the middle crowd. You either get a few people who say this is wonderful, and then you have a few people who say that they hate you, and then it ends up in the middle. But we'll see. Okay.
Hey guys, it's Zach Ainsbury here with just a couple of quick reminders. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, then make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. There are plenty more interviews to come with some of the world's leading marketing academics and practitioners. You do not want to miss these. In the meantime, if you're looking for another way to connect, then follow me on Twitter at Zach Ainsbury. That is ZACANESBURY, for my take on the marketing issues of the day.